All right, in this video, I'm going to give you some sauce on how to do outreach effectively and also how to identify what a good business is to outreach to on Instagram. So Instagram is what you're going to want to use for outreach these days, okay? There's other platforms like LinkedIn, things like this. You can even do it on X or Twitter, but primarily you're going to be doing outreach on Instagram because every single high-ticket business uses Instagram to run their business, and it's very easy to get in touch with the business owner on Instagram. So the first thing that you want to do, if you have no idea where to start, you're like, well, I don't know who to message, I have no idea like how to find these businesses. The first thing you're going to want to do is come to Instagram and go to the search box. So this is where you're going to start. And you want to start with specific niches. So like I've typed in marketing coach, right? And immediately what comes up is this is a marketing coach, all of these people, like I even know who this girl is, all these people sell high ticket programs, either on teaching you how to do social media content or on marketing of some kind. And let's try a different niche. Real estate coach. Here you go, even more, okay? All of these people are real estate coaches that you could possibly message and do outreach to. So let's just click on one for fun. This is just a random account. I've never been to this account. I'm just trying to give you an example. Move this over here. Real estate sales coach. So what you want to do when you click on these people is you just want to come and look at their bio, okay? So in this guy's bio, he's got a link. Literally, he's asking you to DM him. Like, it's just so obvious that this guy is selling something, right? Like, if you can't look at someone's bio and tell that they're selling something, I don't know what to tell you, right? It's very easy to identify that this guy's trying to sell you something, right? So these are the people that you want to message. When you click on this link, it's going to take you to, this is his funnel, right? So he's got a link, a sales funnel. He's trying to direct you to this low ticket funnel or to his webinar. Also, he can get you into his funnel and he can sell you something. So this is what these businesses look like. Now, things that I'm not really worried about, I don't really care what the followers say. This is probably the number one beginner mistake. Everybody comes to me and they're like, oh, well, do they have enough? The followers don't fucking matter. I've seen people with like 300 followers making over $100,000 a month. Many of them. This metric does not matter, okay? People can buy followers. They can have huge audiences that they built off of brain rot, which means no one's going to buy from them. Like, just because someone has followers doesn't mean they make money. So you don't want to worry about that stuff. What you want to do is look at the bio and look, okay, do they have a funnel? What are they selling? Okay, and then that's it. You want to see if they have some kind of funnel set up, that they're selling something, they're talking about it in the bio, then you want to send them a message and you want to move to the next one. That's how it works. The biggest problem I see with you guys doing outreach is you're over-analyzing the shit out of this. Like, you haven't even sent one message. Bro, you need to send 50 of these a day. They don't have to be perfect. Who cares if you send a message to 10 wrong people that aren't high-ticket people? Like, who cares? Just send more messages, right? You're sitting here and you haven't even sent one message and you're like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, just message 100 people. 30 of them will be correct, and then you message 30 people, whereas you're sitting here and you haven't even messaged one person, right? So this is one example. Here's the next example. And now it's going to fucking reload all this shit because Loom is constantly freezing my computer. If anybody knows an alternative to Loom, will you please screen recorder to Loom? This thing absolutely turns my computer into a fucking like 98-year-old woman walking down the street, bro. It just freezes the shit out of it. So this is another guy. This is a different example. These are all random people, just so you know. So you don't want to go and message these people. I strategically picked out these people because I don't know who they are, and a lot of them probably aren't going to answer your message anyway, right? So don't all of you go and message these people. That's not what I'm saying. These are just examples, all right? So this guy is selling Amazon FBA, right? They tell you what they're selling right here in the bio. Then they've got a link, which again is going to take you to some kind of funnel, right? There's several options here, and all this is, when you click on these things, is they're going to give you some kind of lead magnet. They're going to try to get your information and get you into the funnel. That's how this works, right? So this is another good example. Again, the followers don't really matter. I'm just checking the bio to see, okay, are they selling something high ticket? Amazon FBA program, that's high ticket. Is there a link? a funnel, good, yes, message them. That's how I look at it. Now, this is another guy, and I included this guy because this is the #1 sales trainer in our industry, in high-ticket sales. And if you watch my YouTube, you know how I feel about sales training. So that's why I included this guy, just for a joke, because it's funny. So you can go and message him if you want. But this is another example. This guy is selling sales training, and he makes millions of dollars a month selling people sales training and not even helping them get jobs. So this is an example of a high-ticket coaching program, right? He's selling you a course on how to get better at sales, and he's making millions of dollars a month doing it, and he has tons of closers. He has teams of like 30 to 40 closers that are selling this stuff. So here's his funnel again. What's in his funnel? It's going to open up into a different page in this case, or either way, it's going to take us to a sales page. Yep, see? And what he's going to do is he's going to sell you something low ticket. So you see, you're like, oh, it's normal $100. Now it's only $27 today? That's crazy. I'm going to buy it, right? This is all like sales techniques. And then when he gets you into this funnel and you give him your email address and your phone number, then he's going to come back and try to sell you something that costs like $10,000. So let's close this because, again, this is freezing my fucking 2-year-old brand new MacBook. And go back over here. So this is the part of the video that you've been waiting for. What you want to do after you go to these search boxes and you start finding a few people, because the search box is not an efficient way to find like 50 people to message a day, right? You just want to find a few key people, and then the secret sauce is not even that secret. It's in plain sight. You want to identify a few high-ticket businesses a day from the search box, and then you want to click on this, okay? And what is going to happen, this is the similar profiles button. So we've identified this guy's high ticket. Now you're going to click this plus icon, and it's going to give you 50 other people who are just like this guy. Okay, Instagram's AI algorithm is fucking insane. So if you send a message to this guy, now you can click this button, and you can come down here, and you've got like 50 other people to message. So within 5 minutes, I went to the search bar. I found one high-ticket business. Then it gave me like 30 more right here, and I could message every single one of these people down here. In 5 minutes, you just found 30 to 40 people to message. So what is your excuse to not being able to send 40 messages a day? You have none. I just showed you what to do. I also have a video on this channel called How I Make, How I Make 10K a month annoying people on social media, where I go over messages, exactly what to say, exactly how to do this stuff, everything. So I tell you exactly what to say in that video. So now you know how to find people to message. Now you know exactly what to say because you can go watch that other video. So what are you waiting for, right? This is how you do it. This is a numbers game. If you are not going to join a program that's going to bring you opportunities, you've got to do outreach on your own. That's the only way to do this, and I just told you exactly how to do it. So you just need to get started. And the sauce that I promised you is this. Most people will send messages for a day or two, and then they don't get any replies, and then they get discouraged like a baby, and then they just give up after 2 days. Bro, I did outreach every single day for 8 months, 7 days a week. 8 months. What is that? Like 150? Well, how many days is that? 250 days almost in a row. 250 days in a row I did outreach, and I basically got nowhere until I got on the call with the fitness coach. Yes, I had interviews before that, but none of them went anywhere because I had no idea what I was doing, right? That's how I perfected this process. I literally did this shit every day for 8 fucking months. And most people I talk to, they're like, oh, I did outreach, it didn't work. And I'm like, okay, how long did you do it for? And they're like, well, I did it for like 1 day. Like, what are we talking about here? Of course it didn't work. What is going to happen is you're going to start sending like 20 to 30 messages a day, and 0 people are going to reply for like 2 weeks. Okay? That's normal. Just keep doing it. What's going to happen is no one is going to reply for a few weeks, and then suddenly a few are going to start to trickle in, and it's going to snowball. And suddenly 10 people are going to get back with you. That's how it goes for everybody that I do this with, how it went with me. You've got to put in the upfront work to get the train moving. So people are not going to reply. They're not going to get back to you. They're going to leave you on scene. That is normal. That's not a reason to get discouraged. That is not a reason to give up. Do you understand? If you want to succeed, you got to do some work. And this is the work. This is how it goes. Now, next thing I'll say that I didn't really talk about, or I may have talked about in the other video, and I'm not totally sure, is when you are, and this is getting into the messages, when you're sending people messages, you're going to have to constantly push the conversation forward. So just because someone replies one time, they're like, oh, I do need a salesperson, the responsibility is always on you to push it forward, and your goal is to try to get them on a call. That is the ultimate goal, because then you can talk to them face to face. You can make your cases as to why you should be a closer or a setter. Nothing is going to happen in the DMs. You're going to have to get them on a call. That is the ultimate goal. So you've constantly got to be pushing for that. Oh, go through the message video that it is on this channel, how to make 10K a month annoying people on social media. Do what I say in that video, but just remember that you've got to push it forward to getting them on a call. That is your ultimate goal, because they're not going to do it for you. No one's coming to save you. Do you understand? You can't just be like, well, I sent one outreach message, but no one came down and saved me, right? Like, you've got to constantly take the next step. You've got to constantly be banging on the door, right? If you want to succeed these days, that's how it's got to go. So just to kind of summarize real quick, the outreach process is very simple. It's a numbers game because you are a beginner, you're starting from zero, and you have no experience. So you got to do the numbers, right? You can't just message like one person and get an amazing job, right? You got to do some work. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to start with the search box, and you're going to go to the niches, real estate coaching, marketing coach. You're going to start finding people from the search results who sell high-ticket stuff, coaching programs, agency services, any kind of consulting. Just look at the bio. Do they have a bio that tells me they're selling something? And is there a link in the bio to a sales funnel? These are your two check boxes. If they are, it's high ticket 100% of the time. So then you want to take those few examples that you have and click on this button, right? And it's going to show you all these other similar people to message as well. Now, one tip I will give you and why I use these bigger people, this dude is never going to reply to you. He has the best closers in the world, right? So if people have millions of followers, they're probably much less likely to reply, whereas someone with a lower amount like this is like the sweet spot. So if they have anywhere from like 100 followers up to like 2 to 300K, that's a good lower number. And again, I know I said followers don't matter, but if they have millions of followers, I would kind of move on, right? That's kind of a waste of your time, right? But anybody below that, and the smaller they get, the more likely they're going to be looking for closers, because everybody needs a fucking salesperson. So just think about it like that. You want to come to find people like this, find their similar people, and then just message every single one of these people, all of them. And in 5 minutes, you can find 40 people to message. You can do what I say in the other video, copy and paste the stuff, boom, boom, boom. This should not take you more than 30 minutes a day at most. If you can't put in 30 minutes of work a day to get a easy sales job where you can make 10 to 20K a month, what are we doing? You know, what else are you going to do? When are you going to do something? Do this. It's so easy. So that's the wrap. That's the summary. That's what you need to do. Just do 30 to 40 a day, as many as you can. Follow what I said in the messages video. This is how you find the people. And as you do this, you're going to get better and better at identifying these businesses. You're going to get better and better at the DM conversations. Watch your phone all day. Push the conversations forward. If no one replies to you for 2 weeks, don't cry like a little girl. Just keep going. Do more. Be like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to do double the messages tomorrow. You didn't reply today? I did 30. I'll do 60 tomorrow, right? Like, come on. Where's your energy? This is so easy to do. Just follow what I said in the video.